Hello, I'm Dynast Amir.
Et là maintenant ils viennent pour nous dire soi-disant que la Russie. Tu vois ce que je veux dire? Ok, that's okay.
Brother Seba.
Brother.
Nice to see you.
We will talk.
I know you have something to get off your chest, so we can start off with that in regards to the SEARCH situation in Senegal.
Say fast, yeah. We need to speak about that.
Can you hear my side of the story? Okay. Well, everybody, Dynast Amir, we have the pleasure. We are here in Cotonou, Benin, and I'm with the brother Kemi Seba. I know a lot of people wanted me to connect with the brother, so finally we have connected. Now we've had somewhat of a misunderstanding, but we're brothers and we're gonna work through that, so everything will be okay. But so before I went to Senegal about 3 years ago, I go every year for Maga. Are you familiar with the Maga?
Yeah.
Celebration of Sheikh Amadou Bamba. I go to Touba. I've been going for the past 5-6 years. It's right before you were protesting against the SEARCH.
Yeah.
Somebody.
It was 2 years exactly.
It was 2 years.
Yeah.
Okay. Friends of mine said, Dynast, when you go to Senegal, because when you were arrested
and deported, yeah,
was right before Maga.
Exactly like when some traitor deported our people outside Africa. It was
Yes.
the same thing with Macky Sall.
Yes, Macky Sall is a coon. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. And he got re-elected,
All
unfortunately.
praise due to God if you agree with that.
I agree. He's a coon.
Okay,
I've been
no
saying
problem.
that.
Because at this time you were not agree with that.
No, I've always said that. No. Listen.
Yeah,
So my friend said, ask my Senegalese friends in Senegal, how do they feel about
Kemi Seba.
Seba
Yeah.
burning the 10,000 SEARCH?
Yeah.
10,000 SEARCH.
No, 5,000.
It was 5?
Yeah.
Okay, 5,000 SEARCH. So I asked my friends. They said that money they could have used to buy food to eat.
I don't want to interrupt you, my
Oh, no, go ahead. No,
you are my family.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
And my brother.
Yes.
Even if I was hurt when you spoke like that about me last time, because at this time I was just outside. I came outside prison. I go outside prison. And at this period of time I was deported when you had spoken about me in that way. You must understand something. There is two parts of people in Senegal, like everywhere in black nation.
Yes.
There is some people who want self-determination, who want independence, who want real freedom, who want justice and equality. Exactly like said our brother and father Karim Mohammed.
Yes.
And there is some other people who like white people so much. Once they see white people, they say all praise due to God, because for them, white people is God. You understand what I mean?
Yes.
And the problem is, the people you saw in Senegal who told you that Macky Sall was right to push out Kemi Seba. There is some people like that who was a coon in Africa, the black bourgeoisie.
Yes.
I will speak in French because my English is not good. No. I don't like my accent in English.
It's fine.
And,
it's fine.
One colonial language is enough for me. French is good, but he can translate.
Okay.
I can continue. We will see.
Okay.
And these people who love France so much hate Kemi Seba.
Yeah.
Because Kemi Seba is the nightmare of these people. Why? Because I was born in France.
Okay.
I grew up in France.
Okay.
I never asked to grow in France, but I grew up in France.
Okay.
I decided myself, exactly like you, to come back in Africa, to live in Africa, to be paid as an African and not as the people who come from outside Africa. I work at TV on one of the most important West African TV, 2S TV, okay? And I made the geopolitical analysis about the world. And I was able to unify or to unite a large audience, okay, of black youth in West Africa. It was never seen that before, since the independence. You understand what I mean?
Yes.
And this kind of people who love France when they see one black man born in France who come back in Africa and who speak like Marcus Garvey, who said we need to back in Africa and come back in Africa and work for our real independence. This kind of people, you friends, who love friends and white people so much, they are disturbed by this. Do you understand what I mean? And you just need to think why all these black youths who organize mobilization against my arrest there is 2 years ago. Why all of them unify everywhere in French-speaking Africa and the diaspora when Macky Sall deported me? If your friend was not Uncle Tom, modern Uncle Tom, and they are
modern Uncle Tom,
definitely,
Uncle Tom.
Okay, they were, ils auraient été dans mon camp.
They would have been on his side.
And they are not in my side, not because they hate me, but they hate the idea that I try to spread inside the heart and the soul of our people. We can't be the people who is colonized by everybody. We need to have in the 21st century our independence, our real independence. And the Uncle Tom who are your friend, they love you not because you're black, but because you were born in America. And this kind of people love white people, or they like our people who was born in Western Hemisphere, because it's tendency for them to be in that way. You are real Pan-Africanist, probably. Okay, you are my brother.
Yes.
But them, they don't like you because you are real Pan-Africanist. They don't like you because you speak as American. And in Africa, when you know where this bourgeoisie know American, they feel and say, oh, I speak with some kind of Barack Obama or Jay-Z. That was his reason. That's sad. Excuse me for my bad
No,
English.
it's fine.
It's fine.
Very good. Very good. Okay. Now, the future of Pan-Africanism.
Yeah.
If former French colonial countries are still reliant, are still using the CFA, can we move forward with Pan-Africanism if they're still relying on the CFA?
Tu peux traduire techniquement.
Est-ce que nous pouvons toujours parler de panafricanisme dans un pays où on continue d'utiliser le CFA?
Au contraire, le panafricanisme est le pansement qui permet de lutter contre cette agression politique, cette agression économique qu'est le franc CFA. Mais je souhaite refuser d'incarcérer le débat sur la seule question du franc CFA. On parle de néocolonialisme français de manière générale.
Yeah, his real fight is not the CFA only.
Okay.
But CFA is one of the main points, because when economically a country controls you, another country controls you, you are not independent.
Right.
That's a real problem. So Pan-Africanism, we can talk about Pan-Africanism because Pan-Africanism is the tool that we're going to use to free our people. That's what it is.
Okay. Do you think
No alcohol.
even if it was, it's okay?
Virgin Morito.
Do you think Pan-Africanism as we know it today needs to be updated?
Definitely. I think that the ancient Pan-Africanist was an answer to the ancient world. But today, the colonialists are changes the form of his action, you know? And we need to update our organization, our way of thinking, and our point of view about the world. The world has changed. Je vais parler en français. On va me charrier sur l'anglais, même si je le comprends parfaitement. Le monde a changé.
The world has changed.
Et nous devons voir la manière dont différents pays aujourd'hui sont en train d'avancer, certains en train de coloniser, d'autres en train de prôner le souverainisme.
So we have to consider the change of the world in our movement.
Sankara était proche du président du Nicaragua.
Sankara was near Nicaragua.
Lumumba était proche de Khrouchtchev.
Lumumba
était proche de Khrouchtchev, l'ancien président de Russie.
Near Putin.
Khrouchtchev.
Yeah, Russia?
Yeah, former Russian president.
Communist.
Reasons.
Right,
They are
allies.
Yeah.
Parce que quand tu as un ennemi,
because when you have an enemy,
tu dois voir quels sont les ennemis de cet ennemi.
You have to know what are the enemies of those enemies.
Diviser pour,
yes, I understand.
Diviser pour régner, c'est ce que le colon a utilisé contre nous.
divide and keep controlling the other countries is what our Europeans are using against our country.
Eh bien, si les opprimés sont capables de s'unir contre quelqu'un qui les opprime tous, il n'y a que comme ça qu'on sera plus fort.
So if we, the oppressed, can have people who also are oppressed or who are enemies of our oppressors, I think that is the best way to lead the fight.
J'ai été reçu par un homme qui est un ami aujourd'hui, le président Mahmoud Ahmadinejad d'Iran.
I was in Iran, the president of
L'ancien président d'Iran.
Okay, the former president, yeah,
Ahmadinejad.
Ahmadinejad is a friend.
Yeah.
Okay.
He received me 3 times.
Oh wow.
Okay.
I received him 4. It was 3 times.
Yeah. I was received in Russia by one of the top counselors of Vladimir Putin, Alexander Dugin. I was received by a former minister of Hugo Chavez.
Okay.
Edi Rose Corsega. And I try to see the world for what it is. A world with multipolarized.
Yeah.
That's correct?
Yeah.
And
Multipolarized, yeah.
j'essaye de penser de cette façon-là.
So I'm trying to think like those guys.
Okay.
Et c'est ce qui dérange l'Occident avec moi.
And that's what is my problem.
Non, c'est ce qui dérange l'Occident vis-à-vis de moi.
And that's what the Westerners, I mean Europeans,
Right.
don't like in my actions.
Okay.
That's what they do not appreciate.
Parce qu'on
We are not
réfléchit.
at it, because we are thinking.
Sur la manière dont le monde tourne.
We are thinking about the way the world is changing, is moving.
Yes.
Un panafricaniste qui ne voit pas le monde tel qu'il est un panafricaniste qui va mourir.
So if you are a Pan-Africanist and you do not take into account the change of the world, you are blind.
Je suis allé partout où des gens luttent contre l'impérialisme.
So I went everywhere where the fight is going on.
J'ai été en Amérique du Sud.
I was in South America,
Oh wow.
J'ai été au Middle East.
in the Middle East.
J'ai été en Russie.
I was in Russia,
J'ai été en Asie.
in Asia.
Dire cela ne signifie pas que je ferme les yeux sur le racisme qui existe partout dans le monde.
This doesn't mean that I am indifferent to the racism that is going all around in those countries.
Right.
Mais la meilleure façon de lutter contre ce racisme, c'est de rendre l'Afrique forte.
But the best way to fight against racism is to make Africans strong.
Yes.
Le docteur Khalid Mohamed, qui est l'une des personnes que j'aime le plus sur cette terre, disait
Dr. Khalid Mohamed,
Khalid
one of
Mohamed.
my beloved
Yeah,
friends,
Khalid Mohamed. Yes.
qui est l'une des personnes qui m'a donné envie de rentrer dans l'activisme politique.
he's one of the guys who inspire me to undertake this movement, this project.
Il disait l'Afrique est notre trône, le monde notre royaume.
He was saying that Africa was our throne, but the world our kingdom.
It is.
Et pour que l'Afrique redevienne le trône, nous devons être capables d'analyser de quelle manière les choses se déroulent dans le royaume.
And if Africa is going to become, to gain his name again of throne, we have to see how things are going all around the world.
Yes.
Donc ces expériences et ces différentes alliances
Those
enrichissent notre vision.
give food, feed our vision, our objective.
Et c'est pour ça que nous sommes capables d'organiser toutes ces mobilisations partout en Afrique contre l'impérialisme.
That's why we are doing our best to gather African youth everywhere we take by.
Juste avant toi, mon frère,
Before you, my friend, my brother,
j'étais avec un média hostile,
I was with the media,
hostile media,
hostile media.
BBC.
BBC. Okay.
They were angry because we have alliance with the enemy, their enemy.
Right.
But like said Mandela, their enemy is not, ce n'est pas forcément notre ennemi à nous.
Yeah, their enemy is not necessarily our enemy.
You understand?
Yes.
Ils étaient fâchés parce que nous sommes alliés à la Russie.
Angry because we went to Russia, which is their enemy.
Right. Mais je
But
disais,
their enemy is not necessarily our enemy.
et je disais que Sékou Touré, Lumumba, Amilcar Cabral ont tous travaillé avec la Russie.
And I was saying that Sékou Touré, Lumumba, and other African leaders, Pan-Africanists, worked with Russia.
Donc pourquoi je devrais arrêter une tradition que mes pères ont commencée?
So why should I give up with the tradition of my forefathers?
This kind of alliance and they won't only know or see that there is a Western people who work with Africa. But we are wise today, we are wise enough today for work with who we want.
Well, let's try to minimalize the work and say that you're communist.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they demonize Putin because they say that Putin is a devil for them, you know?
Right.
And we say, but when our father and grandfather worked with Khrushchev, it was in anti-colonial alliance, understand?
Yeah.
And that's exactly the same way today. That doesn't mean that we think that Russia or Cuba or Venezuela are our messiah. We are not stupid or silly. But black people is mature enough today for do what we want and for create alliance with who we want.
Yes.
I think it's important to say that. Okay, on y va?
Tradition of my forefathers.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
How did Russia protect the likes of Lumumba and Sekou Touré? They were all assassinated. Yeah. Where was Russia? You know,
Quel rôle la Russie avait vraiment joué quand on parle de... Parce que ces gens dont vous parlez ont été assassinés, mais où était la Russie?
Alors, je pense que les choses sont complexes.
Things are very difficult to explain.
Okay.
Une géopolitique.
In geopolitics.
Okay.
Toi et moi, on va mourir.
You and I will die.
C'est écrit.
It is written.
Yeah.
Tu peux être protégé par 1 milliard de personnes, tu dois mourir, tu dois mourir.
You can be protected by billions of people. If you want to die, you're going to die.
Tout dépend. Il y a des gens qui disent qu'ils peuvent te protéger.
You know, there are people who can say they will protect you.
Et tu peux dire, je ne veux pas être trop protégé. Protégez-moi un peu, donnez-moi des conseils stratégiques.
You can tell them, oh, I don't want to be too much protected. Give me little protection, but give me more advice for me to use.
Et si la protection n'est pas maximale,
And when the protection is not maximal,
on peut t'assassiner.
they can assassinate you.
Sekou Touré pendant des années a travaillé avec et il a vécu longtemps.
Sekou Touré worked for a long time and lived long.
Mais Lumumba voulait des conseils stratégiques, mais ne voulait pas être envahi non plus de trop de protection militaire par les Russes.
Didn't ask for more military protection,
Okay.
but more advice.
Okay.
Et aujourd'hui, on voit qu'en Syrie, Bachar al-Assad est protégé par les Russes et les Chinois.
And today you can see Al-Assad.
Bashar al-Assad
Bashar al-Assad
of Syria.
Syria,
Yeah, he's
Syria,
protected by Chinese and Russians,
Russia, right,
and
right.
he's alive today.
Right,
Even
okay.
if all the Western Hemisphere tried to destroy him, in the same way Maduro is protected by Russia, China,
Right.
and as the so-called, comment on dit ONU en anglais? United Nations,
yeah,
so-called
United
United
Nations,
Nations,
okay.
who is in fact the alliance of the white
Right.
nation, okay, powerful white nation. By the grace of God, China and Russia was the two nations who put their veto against the destitution of Mr. Maduro. So what I want to tell is, if you are a good view of geopolitical way, you can be alive and you can spread your message. But if you don't have a good understanding of the situation, you can be like exactly like Gaddafi, assassinated by these demons.
Right.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people in Black America who feel as if Pan-Africanism isn't being reciprocated.
Is
Is not being reciprocated.
Yeah.
You know what that means? Reciprocated, like it's not
Yeah, it's not
even
moving,
trade.
it's
Well, it's not even
It's not
trade.
moving. It's not making progress.
That too,
Yeah.
but they feel as if they're
Go and come back.
They're self-centered.
Yeah.
They feel as if, okay, we've always reached out to Africa through slavery, Jim Crow, legislation that has been written to keep Black people marginalized. We've always reached out to Africa, but they don't feel like Africa is reaching back. Okay, all right, go ahead.
Yeah. And what I try to explain to you is, you come in Africa.
Yes.
You see how people here receive our people outside.
How
Yes.
people welcome.
I think they mean more from a
Yeah.
legislative
Exactly.
government
But the
level.
problem is,
Okay.
our presidents
Yes.
are puppets
Yes.
of white people.
Uh-huh.
And if the devil It's more complex, in fact. That's
Okay.
Tells them devil. It's provocation from me, no problem.
Okay.
But if the Western nation don't want that the president in Africa try to make connection between the Mother Earth and the diaspora, they will not have connection between them. When you see President of Ghana, you know him.
Yeah, Nana.
Yeah,
He's very good, man.
You like him?
Yeah, really.
I like Kagame.
Yeah, Jamie. That's yeah. We can speak about somewhere, but he tried to work about the alliance between diaspora and Mother Earth. You understand what I mean?
Yes.
So I think that the Afrocentrist organization in the United States, or Black nationalist movement, or Pan-Africanist movement, that I know deeply in the United States or in United Slaves.
United Slaves.
Need to understand that the real ally is inside the people.
Okay.
Not inside the elite.
Okay.
The civil society is the real alliance and the real ally of Black America. I love America, Black America so much, my brother.
Yeah, thank you.
And that was for this reason that I was deeply hurt when I was deported and you attacked me.
I didn't attack you. I did.
Honestly, you know that there was a video, and I wish, because you are in front of the camera, I wish that you would delete this video.
I deleted
because we are brothers.
Yeah, we're brothers.
And I want to work with you.
I deleted.
I will tell you one thing.
Go ahead.
One day.
Yes.
Today or in 10 years, I will be one, maybe very high in the African Union.
Yes.
Very high.
Yes.
Or here in Benin.
Okay.
God is my witness, I will do that.
Yes.
And if I do that, you will understand what will be the place of the diaspora
yes.
in this country, because we love you.
Thank you.
For me, you are one of the most brightest example of the strength of the Black people.
African American.
Okay? African Americans, for me, exactly like all the diaspora, the Caribbeans, is the greatest soldier of our Black nation.
Thank you.
Okay? Yes. I don't say that to you because I want to give you atalaku, exactly when, as we say in
it's not to say praise to you, but
it's not praise.
It's the truth.
I come from my heart.
Yes.
They took scientists. They took a soldier. They
slavery.
And they deported them.
Yes.
You understand? So we need to understand that our future is together.
Yes.
Yeah. But we can't trust the elite, because the elite are the puppets of the international finance. You understand?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. The last question.
Yeah, no problem.
You want it to be here, recorded here, or on the other side?
No, it's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
I wish that the people will understand when I speak French and English.
It's fine.
My English is so bad.
No,
you know that many people will insult me. Yeah, Kemi, don't speak English very good.
The future of Pan-Africanism.
Yeah.
In what direction, where do you see it going? But if you could paint the future of Pan-Africanism and write it on paper.
I said before that we need to stop to speak always about our leader, our father, who fought before us. You see, the problem of many so-called Pan-Africanists is that they never do action. They never take risk. Never. The only Pan-Africanist is to speak about Lumumba, Sankara, Malcolm X, Khalid Mohammed, Garvey, and stop. They take children. Okay, they take dashiki and the Black Power hotel. All praise due to our ancestors, and after they go to McDonald's. That's the problem. You understand? The problem is, I was put in jail 3 times for our political action.
Yes.
I was deported from an African country. African country. And my family knew so many risks about my work, but we know why we do that. We do that because if we don't take risk for our people will never be free.
Right.
And what we are doing with our organization is what all Black people and wise Black men and women must to do in America on here. I have many deeply good friends in America. Sultan Muhammad was the grandson of Elijah Muhammad.
Okay.
He's a very good friend of mine.
Okay.
Okay. Malik Zulu Shebas, you know him. Maybe you're not a friend with him. I don't know, because I know that there is beef always in black organization in diaspora.
I don't get involved with the beef.
No problem. No problem. But he's a good friend. There is many people in that way who understand that we need to be united.
Yes.
You understand? And I know that if one of us take power in Africa, many things will be different.
Yes.
God is my witness. If today or if tomorrow I take power here, you will be one of people who will bring many black Americans
Yes.
come back in Africa.
Yes.
God is my witness.
I receive
And
that.
it will come.
I can't wait.
It shall come.
Oh, because tomorrow.
It shall come, yeah.
Anything in closing that you'd like to share with the black people in America, the diaspora, your brothers and sisters in America that will see this? Anything in closing you'd like to share
Brother
with
and
them?
sister, I just want to tell you that we love you. You are probably, with all our people in Caribbean, the part of the chosen, real chosen people of the black nation. And because you know the devil more than anybody else, you know what is necessary to do and what is not necessary. And if you can unify with the other chosen people of our black nation who are in Africa, we'll do together a great work. And don't think that our people on the Mother Earth don't like you or love you. We deeply love you. We deeply respect you. I'm tired, I must be honest. I'm tired when I see too much bling bling, Jay-Z, hip hop, Dollar, Floyd Mayweather. I'm tired about that. Honestly, I must to tell you that. But the people who give me the hope, who gave me the hope when I was a teenager, when I was in the streets in Paris, it was Khalid Mohammed, it was Marcus Garvey, and Behanza here, his work, of course. And for this reason, I have a debt, comme ça qu'on dit une dette.
Debt. You have a debt to the debt. Yeah.
To our black nation, the part of the black nation in America.
I hold that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Deeply debt. And I tell you one thing, one day we will build, comment on dit une statue?
Statue. Yeah.
A statue
Yeah.
of Dr. Khalid Mohammed or Marcus Garvey and all his brothers and sisters who gave their life for our people.
Yeah.
We will build that here.
Wow.
Give us time. Let us rise politically.
God will.
And we will do that. We will never be puppets of somebody. And we will fight definitely Western imperialism or Arabic imperialism or Chinese imperialism. Be sure that the self-determination of Africa will come in. It's now.
Last question, I promise. For those who say that Pan-Africanism is failing and or has failed,
They are so wrong, deeply wrong. My life is Pan-Africanism. Yeah, you know, if the Pan-Africanist wasn't in my life, probably I could go to prison, not for political action, you know.
Right.
But the story of our people, the story of our leader, the story of colonization, the story of our great kingdom gave me the hope to build another tomorrow. And Pan-Africanism is not failing. Maybe in diaspora, I deeply think too.
Okay.
That in diaspora, Pan-Africanism in diaspora is like basketball without ball. There is a moment, and I was in this way too, because I start revolutionary action in diaspora. I was put in jail by Sarkozy.
Oh wow.
Okay, I was put in jail by François Hollande, 2 times in France, because they told that my political activity was too much dangerous for them. They banned 2 of my organization. Okay, and but at the period of time in my life, I said to myself, but how many years I would stay in Europe? I was born here. Yeah, I'm a so-called Afro descent, so-called. I was born in France. I grew up in Paris with Kylian Mbappe, footballer, Anelka, all this kind of of brothers and sisters, but there is a period of time in your life where you ask to you, where is your real place? And our real place is in Africa.
Yes.
Africa needs us,
yes.
And we need Africa. When I am with white people, they're all stressed. You know, there is no harmony.
Right.
But you know that because you come often here. Okay?
Yeah.
Here there is harmony.
Right.
That doesn't mean that everything is perfect. But there is harmony. Because it's a tune of humanity. It's here.
Yes.
And the part of our people who had so much suffering outside need to come back.
Yes.
And to build here.
A lot of them, they don't want to come back. They think
no problem. But they will come back when we take the power, because they will say that wow, lifestyle in Africa is come back, right. And we will show them that they are right.
How did you know the future of black people? There's no future for black people without Africa.
Definitely, and I think that if I must be honest,
why I'm here so much.
One of my biggest difference about with, for example, Nation of Islam, I started at the Nation of Islam.
That they want to build in America.
Yeah, but black states in America doesn't make sense for me.
Right.
Because it will never happen. First.
Okay.
If it can happen, that's Donald Trump who gives them that.
Right.
You know, but we will not have more worst than Donald Trump, and never American president will give a state for black nation. Never, never. The real prophecy of separation is to come back in Africa. The black states that Elijah Muhammad, Mustafa Muhammad, Marcus Garvey, Noble Drew Halley, on the other was talking about is Africa. Yeah. Even if they didn't use that at this time, it's Africa. Here's the real new black states, African Union, United States of Africa. It will come in. It's not a dream.
Many will say, well, white supremacy has taken over Africa, so why, like Africam, so why leave America? That's what a lot of
honestly, in the biggest city, there's no wrong. The people you see in Senegal, it's the purpose of white supremacy. And the right, there is many black people or so-called intellectual. Why is that way? But when you go to the village, you say village in English?
Yeah, village.
Yeah, when you go inside the poor people, you understand that the real Africa is always here.
Yes.
And that they have the real Africa.
Yeah.
Not the brainwashed Africa who speak when they see white people, oh my God, all praise due to God.
Kemi, hey, I appreciate it, brother. Nice to meet you.
Deeply happy to see you.
Yes, brother.
And I wish that we will be able to work together.
Absolutely.
Okay? Because it's necessary for our people.
Yes.
Okay? Take care about you, brother.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Yeah. Very nice.
Bon, j'espère que mon anglais n'était pas trop dramatique. Hein?
Yeah, we're gonna.
So I reached out to another friend of mine. I said, look, you know, I need to go on vacation somewhere. Where should I go? He said, go to Africa. And not only am I gonna go, I'm going to explore a new country. So I went to Tanzania, South Africa, Namibia, Mali, Senegal, Morocco, Liberia, Namibia, Kenya, the Voodoo Festival in Ouida, Gambia, Togo, Cote d'Ivoire. Sierra Leone, Ghana, Nigeria. It's been a beautiful experience, just learning more about our culture, our indigenous culture. So Uhuru means freedom in Swahili. I'm in search of my roots. In finding that, I would experience my Uhuru, which is freedom.
Dynast Amir, I'm out.